So we made the move from the UK to Thailand, and the truth is we did it on a budget that most people wouldn't believe. We live here in Hua Hin in Thailand with our two kids aged 8 and 10, and we're proving that you don't need a fortune to live well here. In fact, it surprises a lot of people when they hear that a single person who supposedly needs at least $2,000 a month just to live here and not merely get by. Well, we're a family of 4, living comfortably on far less than that. So we've embraced a frugal, financially independent lifestyle, and that's allowed us to position ourselves to do this without compromising on quality of life. Not about cutting corners for us here, but making choices that more suit our individual personal goals. So let's talk about housing. We're renting a 3-bedroom, 4-bathroom house around 8 kilometres away from the main tourist areas of Hua Hin. Now I know that sounds quite a lot and quite far out, but it's actually ideal for us. It's close enough to the restaurants, malls and the beach, and even an international airport quite close to us. Plus, being that little bit outside the tourist areas helps keep our costs much lower. Okay, our rent, it's 9,000 baht a month, which is about £200 or about $275. The house was mostly furnished, which helps us save even more, and we really don't feel like we're missing out by living this far from the centre. In fact, we rarely need to go into town. There are plenty of shops, restaurants and everything else that we need close by, and we really doesn't need to venture that far at all. In terms of our utilities and bills, yeah, we're careful, but we're not obsessing over every little thing. Our electricity bill's around 3,000 baht a month, and we only use the aircon specifically in the rooms that we're actually using at the time. The fans, yeah, well, they're pretty much on all the time, apart from this one at the moment because of the wind noise. But even that, it still costs far less than blasting the air conditioning all day. Water costs us around 200 baht a month, and the internet, which is essential for our work and our homeschooling, is about another 700 baht altogether. So in total, that's less than most people's utility bills would be back home in the UK. Food is one of our biggest expenses, and we spend about 12,500 baht a month on groceries and eating out. The vast majority of that is on healthy home-cooked meals. We're talking about a solid meat and 2 veg kind of meal base, casseroles, things like that. We do also make the occasional homemade burgers and pizzas and other fast food that we can whip up ourselves at home. It's healthier and cheaper for us to cook at home, plus we actually enjoy it. We do try to get out as a family a couple of times a week, and when we do, we have our go-to places. Because we know these spots so well, we can pretty much predict what we're going to spend when we go out. Honestly, this budget would be impossible if we weren't cooking at home for the majority of our meals. It's key to keeping both our costs and our health in check. Okay, so for transportation, for getting around, personally I use a Yamaha Aerox, which is a 155cc moped, and that's perfect for day-to-day life here. It's quick, it's cheap, and it gets me to where I need to go. Fuel costs are really low on this bike, it's around 400 baht a month, so when we need to travel as a family, we take taxis. They're really affordable, probably about 80 or 90 Thai baht to get into town from here with a grab taxi. Now, a lot of people assume that because we live a bit further out, we must be missing out on all the action, but that's really not the case. We don't need to go into town all the time. There's plenty of shops, restaurants, and even bars along the way, so we're not isolated at all. So for entertainment, we've budgeted around 4,000 baht a month, though we haven't spent all of that yet. We're still finding our feet here and we're looking into clubs for the kids to join. We're also considering getting some annual passes, like one for the local water park, which will help us spread the cost over the year and give us plenty to do on the weekends. With the beaches and parks locally, we're never short of things to do. It's nice to know we've got options to keep everyone really entertained without needing to spend a fortune. We try to focus on experience, not just spending money for the sake of it. Yeah, so all in all, our monthly recurring cost comes 36,742 Thai baht. Now this includes everything from housing, food, transportation, entertainment, and even a bit of discretionary spending. Of course, we've had an additional out-of-pocket expense setting up the home here, but what you see here is what we expect to spend month to month going forward. Now, we originally budgeted around £200 a month for visa costs, but since we've been accepted for the Destination Thailand visa, those costs have mostly been eliminated, and that's been a really big relief for us. Okay, so in conclusion, the whole reason we're making these videos is to show you that living a completely different life, even on a tiny budget, is absolutely possible. It's about making intentional choices. We've chosen this lifestyle so we can spend more time together as a family, give our kids a great environment to grow up in, and continue building our future through our online businesses and investments. You know, you really don't need a huge budget to live well here. It's about knowing what really matters to you. Now, it's really important to note that even though we're able to live this comfortably on such a low budget, this is by choice, not necessity. We want to show you that a different way of life is possible, where you can enjoy a great environment, spend more time with your family, and build a sustainable future, all without needing to spend a fortune. Now, if this resonates with you or you found it helpful at all, please do drop a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're really excited to share more about how we're making life work here in Thailand. So yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and we'll see you in the next one.